Hey y'all, how's it going? Might as well make another video. I don't know why I'm shirtless today, but it is what it is. Um, Today I was just gonna talk about the impact of like drugs and addiction and stuff in my life and how to not make it as bad or worse in my life. To start, I guess I'm just gonna go through my history with it and share about that, and then share what I should have and should not have done. So, my first interaction with drugs, I was 14 and I was at a festival at my school, and I was really in a not good mental state whatsoever. It was really bad. This is probably gonna become like a running theme in high school. I just wasn't happy at all. Um, thank God that's changed. But one of my friends told me something at the time that really fucked me up. She told me that nicotine cured her depression. What? Looking back at it now, it's like, the fuck? No, it does not cure depression at all. So I had my first Juul, right? She gave it to me. And the next day, I smashed it with a fucking hammer because I was like, I cannot deal with this shit. And I told her and I apologized. She was like, Harry, I spent like $40 on that for you. I'm like, fucking, you know. Um, and I didn't really do it after that for a while. And then my sophomore year of high school came, and I was like, even more down in the dumps. I didn't really have a whole lot of friends. I just wanted something to feel anything. So I got another one, got a bunch of like disposable shits or whatever. There was like this senior at the time that would like sell me them for like more money than it's worth. I didn't even do it like as often as some people, but like I couldn't make it like an hour and a half in class without it's like really and it was just making me really, really unhappy, and it hit a point where I was like, I gotta change this shit. Like, I don't want to be this guy that's like known. Like, I literally thought it was like the coolest thing ever for me to like vape. Like, really. So I specifically remember January 10th, 2020. I literally told my friends, it was like noon. We were at lunch. I was like, guys, I'm going cold turkey on nicotine. Prepare to deal with my bullshit in the next coming month. I was a little scrawny little kid, right? And I was just trying to make my life a little better at the time. That, at the time, was the hardest month and the hardest thing I've ever done. 100%. Hardest thing I've ever done. The withdrawals were hell. I've seen worse withdrawals from other people, but it was still absolutely horrible, right? Don't recommend, like, if you're gonna take a hit of nicotine, never ever spend any of your money on it for you or anyone else, because it's not worth it, okay? Shit happens, you might as well do it every once in a while if it's around, but never ever ever make it a habit. November of my sophomore year, with that same girl, I had weed for the first time. It didn't have much of an effect because I think I did it wrong or something. But I remember it was like in this parking garage, and it was me, her, and her friends. I don't think her friends liked me or anything because I was just a scrawny little fucking ugly ass kid. And yeah, it was alright. I tried it again like that month, like a month later, and I think it's a Boy Scout camp or something. But yeah, it was alright. And then when COVID started, I found this dealer on Snapchat, and he was like dealing to me every once in a while. I would just every other day. I would go from my house, head over to the river nearby. There was a bunch of trees and stuff. Buy an apple from fucking Kroger and just go to town with that shit. It was fun. It was exercise. I told my mom I was just going on a walk. I don't know. But I would always get high, and it was the thing I did. My relationship with weed was weird because my school, like, randomly drug tested us occasionally, and I only got randomly drug tested once in high school, and it was my freshman year, and it was negative because I didn't even do anything back then. It was just people were, like, suspecting me and doing shit, and literally my entire junior year, I had a fucking cart, and I literally used those fucking, like, wires, you know? Like, the red and the black wire, you, like, plug it in, and you, like, hope for the best that it works, and it's, like, dog. That's, like, down bad as fuck. I did that once every 2 weeks just so I didn't get caught in the drug test. Really? You cared that much? Senior year, however, I didn't give a fuck. I was, like, going through that breakup, and I was like, oh, I just want to... I literally, like, made my day, like, as busy as possibly could. Just so I could, like, never, like, be bored. And, like, at night was the only time I was bored. So I just, like, took a few hits out of the dispo, and I was out like a light. Woke up groggy as fuck the next morning. I did that every single day of my senior year. Every single day. Do I regret it? Honestly, yeah. I needed to deal with it like a man. I needed to deal with it, like, exercising and, like, gratitude journaling and shit. But no. I was just, like, wasting my time being high all the like, not worth. Yeah, just, I mean, with weed, it's one of those things, it's like, if it's around and it's safe and you haven't done it in a long time, sure, go for it. Don't do too much, and you'll be fine, but it's just not a good idea to make it a habit at all. That's my thing with any drug. Don't make it a habit. I don't care how good it feels. Do not make it a habit. I've tried other drugs since, but I definitely suggest you don't do that. Stick to those two if you're going to do anything. Never ever do anything harder. Because those will fuck up your life, okay? Like, don't do it. Don't do, like, oh, I'm just going to pop an Addy and finish the paper. Or I'm going to do coke at a party. Or I'm going to... No. Mm-mm. I'm gonna do, like, glow sticks, and I'm gonna fucking have a balloon. Don't do it. I don't fucking care how cool it looks, how fun it sounds, how many of your friends are telling you to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's that simple. If you're already addicted to drugs, I'll give my best advice on that. So, number one, if you're addicted to weed, so people that are addicted to weed mainly, like, are trying to hide something emotional. So honestly, the withdrawals from weed aren't terrible unless you're, like, doing it 24/7. I'm not exactly sure how to do with, like, the 24/7 stuff. That's for another guy. But if you're not doing it too often, you're just using it to cover up, like, emotional shit. The withdrawals aren't that bad, but you just gotta handle your emotions like a man or a woman. I don't know what you are, or they, them. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want, but just, like, deal with it with all you got. You got a lot of willpower and discipline in you, I hope, from school and whatever, and you just want to make yourself be better. That's the willpower you should have as a human being. You want yourself to be better, and so you actively avoid it. The best trick I can have, though, always have it, but never do it. Because if you have it, it's just right there. You just gotta not do it. But if you don't have it, you're like, oh, I gotta talk to the dealer. Not worth it. But yeah, if you're addicted to nicotine, and you want to get off, just be prepared for absolute hell. That's all I can say. But if you go through that hell just for 1 month, you will get through this. Like, you just gotta suck it up. Always have it in your pocket. Never take it out of that pocket. Maybe you can, like, look at it for a while, but, like, never, ever put it back in your mouth. And hope for the best. The moment, I'm not addicted to any drugs, but on occasion I will try some shit. Maybe, like, I'm gonna be honest, I fucking went to a party last night, drank a little bit, wake up at a bad time, but I don't do that often at all. It's been like a couple months since I last did that shit. So I kind of felt like I deserved it, even though I shouldn't. You know, I almost got caught by that cop. It was bad. Don't do that. It's bad for you. But yeah, y'all have a great rest of your day. Get used to doing hard work, especially if you don't feel like it. Mwah.